Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how we can use the Power Automate to extract and save email attachment from a specific sender to SharePoint site document library. So let's get started. Before we go into the extraction of the attachment from a specific sender, I'm going to show us how we can create a SharePoint site. So to do that, I'm going to come to this tab and I've got this SharePoint. Now you can always click on this and then select the SharePoint and it's going to land you on the same page. Now you need to have the privilege to be able to create a site. So for me, I'm going to use my personal MVP tenant. So I can see I can create the site from here. So click on that. And then we have two options. You can create a team site or communication site. Now, the communication site allows you to share information that engages a broader audience within your organization. Now, the team site allows you to create a private space to collaborate with your team members. So you can track and stay updated on projects you're working on. You can share team resources and co-author content and so on and so forth. So for this demonstration, I'm going to stick with the team site. So we have the select a template, so you can use it from Microsoft or from your organization if you have one. So for this demonstration, I'm going to stick with it from Microsoft and I'm going to select this standard team, which allows us to manage projects, share content, and stay connected with our team member. So click on that. And then we have the information here. So just go ahead and use the templates. So we're going to provide a unique name for our site. So for this, I'm going to call this one marketing. And then we can add the description, we can add the email address, we can also see the site address. So I'm going to proceed on click on next. And then I can provide the privacy level. I can choose either to be private or public. So I'm going to maintain the private. So this simply means only members who have access to this can see the content. And I'm going to stick with the default English language. So click on create site. And then I can proceed to add the members. So for this, I'm going to add myself, Abiola, and these are the users within my Entra ID, my tenant. And I can move this to be the owner, and I'm going to add another person called Enoch and select that. This is going to be a member. So these are the privileges we are granting them. And I'm going to add one more person and click on finish. And that's it. So that is basically how easy to create a SharePoint site. So we're going to move ahead to create our Power Automate. So I'm going to cancel it. Before I do that, I'm going to come to the documents, and in the documents, I can create a folder. I can create an Excel. I can create PowerPoint and so on and so forth. I want to create a folder named marketing data. And then I can choose a color to differentiate the folder and click on create. So this is now created, which is cool. Now I'm going to come to the make.powerautomate.com. So essentially, we want to create a flow that will automatically extract and save all the attachment that is coming from a specific user in our organization named Enoch. So to do that, I'm going to click on this new flow, and then we have the start from a template. We can also build our own from the blank. So I'm going to choose the automated cloud flow underneath this build your own from blank. And then I'm going to give this a name. I'm going to call this one marketing data. And then we're going to select our flow trigger. So for this, we want to actually check when a new email arrives. So I can come to this set and type in when a new, and that should be enough. So let me just type in full when a new email arrives. So we're going to see the trigger. So we can see we have the when a new email arrives version 2. Now I'm going to use the version 3, which is unique to Office 365 Outlook. So click on that and then click on create. And then we can see the designer of the Power Automate. Now this is a new designer, but I'm going to use the old one, which is a little bit much easier to work with. And I'm going to come here and toggle off this new designer, and I'm going to switch without saving, and I'm going to click OK. Okay, cool. So we can see when a new email arrives, version 3. Now I'm going to click on this show advanced options, and then we can also provide some other information which allows us to probably filter what's going on or what's going to happen. Now, because we want to focus on getting the attachment from this user named Enoch Abiola, so I'm going to actually come back here and come to this from. So I'm going to type in the name of the user. So this simply means the Power Automate will only be triggered when this person sends a mail that contains attachments. So if another person sends an email that contains attachment, that will not automatically be picked up. It won't be picked up at all. So I'm going to choose that person Enoch, and that's fine. And I'm going to choose the include attachment, yes. And then I want to come to the only with attachment. So again, I'm going to choose yes for this. And then I'm going to click on new step. So for the new step, I'm going to search for create file. And then we have the create file for the OneDrive for business, but I want to focus on create file for the SharePoint because we want to make sure that the file comes to our SharePoint site we just created. So I'm going to choose the create file that is for the SharePoint. Click on that. And then we're going to provide the site address and the folder path, file name, and the content. So for the site address, I can click on this. Now, in the case if you're not able to see it, we can also just enter it manually. So I'm going to click on enter custom value. And I can come back here. Now I can see everything from here. So this is what I need. So Control C to this point, and then I can Control V to paste in it. And then we can select the folder path. So click on this folder path icon. Now this folder is actually in the shared documents. So I'm going to search for shared document, which is here. So click on it. And then I can see the marketing data folder. So select that. And then for the file name, now I want to use the dynamic content. So I'm going to search for attachment name. So I'm going to say attachment name. And then for the content, let me just move this up a little bit. And I'm going to search for the content in the dynamic content. So let me just get this out. And I'm going to search content. So I'm going to search for the file content, move down a little bit, and there we go, select. Okay, so this is all we need to do. Now we can also give this a meaningful name. We can change it to something else. So I'm going to right click or click on these ellipses, and then I can use the name. I'm going to call this one marketing data and press enter to commit. I can also come to the apply to each. So click on this ellipses, rename. Let's call this one attachment. You can use whatever name you like. And then press enter to commit. So we have all the steps done. So I'm going to use or click on the save, which is really important. And then this should be saved. So you can see your flow is ready to go. We recommend you test it. So that is cool. Now we want to go ahead and send the mail. So I'm going to come to this person here. And don't forget, this is Enoch that should be able to send attachments that will automatically be saved in the SharePoint folder we created in the SharePoint site. So I'm going to click on this new email, and then I'm going to type in the name of the tool, that is to Abiola, and I'm going to type this on data. Let's just call this on sales data. I'm going to add the attachment from a browser. And let's I want to add the sales 2015 to 2025. So these are going to be all attachments. So press enter, and then we can see everything is being added. And I'm going to just add some content. Hey, I kindly find the sales data. Thanks. Okay. And now I can proceed to send this email. So click on the send. And I'm going to come back to the Edge browser, and you can see that is open here. So this is Abiola, and then we can see that the email just dropped in. The mails just dropped in. So sales data, which is cool. We can see all the attachment, which is cool. Now I'm going to come here and check it out. So I'm going to check whether we have data. Let's see. I can just wait a little bit and let me just refresh. Amazing. So you can see we have all the attachments extracted into this marketing data folder, which is absolutely cool. Now I'm going to come to this Firefox browser, and I've got this Zoe. Now I'm going to also try to send an email with an attachment and see whether it's going to be picked up or not. So for this, I'm going to just type the same recipient Abiola, and I'm just going to add data, come to the attachment, browse this computer, and let me just add this view tax return PDF, and let me just complete this and send. So this is going to, of course, go through, but the attachment will not be saved. So I'm going to come here. I can see. So this came through, and then we can see the attachment. Now when I come here and I can refresh, it doesn't matter how many times I refresh, I wouldn't see that PDF here. It's not going to work because we've applied a filter to only save all the attachment from Enoch. Now I'm going to come back here for the last time to Enoch and then create another mail, and I'm going to type in the name of the recipient Abiola, and let me just add an attachment from this computer, and let me add this dim date, dim product, and the region and subcategory. So you can see I'm adding all of this new data, and click on open. So let me just type in something body, and let me just call this on more data and click on send. So I'm going to come to the Edge browser and I can come to the email. So that should drop in a matter of seconds. Okay, there you go. You can see more data just came in, which is cool. Now let's come back here and I'm just going to wait for maybe some couple of moments. I can refresh the URL and let's see, we should have those files added. So it might take a while. Let's just wait. Amazing. So you can see they're just arriving now. So dim date, dim product region, and you can see the last modified time. So this is how we can use the Power Automate to extract and save attachments to a SharePoint site document library. I trust you enjoyed this video. If you do, like, comment, share, and follow me for more videos. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.